And I've got the 1987 pedal as well if I want a different kind of boost.
Now,
for my,
who made the 87 pedal?
Well, we worked with a secret company to do that. And
is that going to be like a signature thing as well?
Yeah, it's actually for sale on our website.
Oh,
and
great.
It's got delay and a distortion on it.
Oh,
and
that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's great. Well, we've got a line of pedals out that we sell on our website, and they're all really good. We've got the the infamous Pussy Melter.
Sure. Yeah.
That's very difficult to get now. We sold a limited run of that. And we've also got the Poontang Boomerang, which is a delay. This is a delay and a distortion in one. It sounds great on its own. It also sounds great as a boost. But and I've got a tuner, and I've also got a phaser, MXR phaser.
Gotta have it.
Just in case somebody forces us to play Van Halen, which, at this point in the game, now that Eddie's gone and we all love Eddie, and we played a lot of covers before we did records, and we were very, very good at doing Van Halen. So we will occasionally do Van Halen, and it's fun. It's fun for the crowd. It's fun for us, and I carry that. But listen, everything is just all right here in one compact little place. There's been times when so it saves money. You don't have to drag amps everywhere.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's easier if it ever does break down, which is rare. Occasionally, we get hit with beer. Because I don't know why that is. People like to throw beer at me in particular. And I remember we got doused when we were in, I think we were in Poland somewhere, and somebody threw a beer, and it was just the perfect throw. Like the beer stayed in the glass, and it didn't come out until it landed on top of the amp, and it shorted the whole thing out. But we have a backup, and we put the backup up, and we were up and running within like 2 minutes. And the great thing about these are, like, once you have the settings that you like, it's basically you can just have that in your computer, and you can make the other backup sound exactly the same. So when it's going to the PA as opposed to an amp where you got to set up the mic, there's always going to be differences between amp heads and tubes and cabinets and where you put the mic on the speaker. And when this is all set up, it basically sounds the same every night. We're all on inner monitors because, it's just easier to be happy when you're on inner monitors. And it also saves on your hearing because I lost about 97% of my hearing in the first 50 years of my career. And it really does help you keep it at a manageable volume level, especially when you have a drummer who doesn't know what the word dynamics means. And he's just pounding the cymbal in your brain. And I like drummers like that. I like drummers that hit hard, but it's a little easier when you're on in-ears. But when you go on in-ears, and here's the thing, like a lot of guys out there, a lot of guitar players, a lot of singers, we all get used to you start off in a band and you like plugging into an amp and turning it up and being in control, like having that control and hearing the drummer over there, hearing the bass player over there. You hear the room, and when you first go on in-ears, it really sucks because you don't feel like you're in control. You have to tell your monitor guy what to do, what to give you, and everything sounds like you're in the studio. So it's very sterile sounding, and it doesn't inspire you in particular, but it really does give you. It's easier to sing and it's easier to hear everything. So once you get the mix going, it's really good for saving your ears and for hearing the whole band. So that's how you end up firing bass players because it's like, oh, this guy sucks. But no, it's really good for hearing everything and for saving your ears. And this, when you move to an amp modeler, it really makes the consistency a million times better because you're not moving the mic from night to night. And for us, we tour internationally, and when we go down to Australia, they're crazy down there. They're they just discovered electricity 2 years ago. Yeah. And so you plug your amp in, and it's the amp sounds like it's it's either too hot or too cold. You got to change the tubes every 2 hours. It's bizarre, but with this, it's all digital. So there's no, you don't have to like, you know, I mean, I'm telling you, I know I sound like Eric Johnson right now. There's a difference between the the Duracell 9 volt and the energy. I don't care what you say. But there are differences in like just the electricity in certain countries. It makes amps sound a little bit different. But with this consistency all across the board, I know I'm rambling, but that's what happens when you do cocaine, kids. I'm sorry.
It's great. No, perfect. I love it. And the only other pedal next to the 87, what is that one?
Well, this is a compressor, right, Nick? It's not a compressor. What is it?
It's the Way Huge conspiracy theory.
Way Huge. Way Huge is a great company. And what exactly does it do? Is it a?
It's a transparent overdrive. It's a copy of a very famous pedal with the guy with a centaur on it.
Transparent overdrive. Now I noticed that the sound is a little smoother.
That's what it does.
Like you know, pretty much like everything. It doesn't really. It's the same sound as if I wouldn't have it on, but does it limit the volume a little bit? Is that what it does?
In that setting we have where it's like a clean boost, we're like barely using any gain on it. So
yeah, so
doing that thing.
So this is a Way Huge, and but what is the it's a copy of what pedal?
Klon.
The Klon.
Yeah.
Okay, and that thing's like what, $18 million?
Yes.
But this thing's like only what, like a couple $100?
$129, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really good deal. If you want to save about $900,000, the Way Huge makes some great pedals.
Yeah.
As well, and Nick is my go-to pedal guy for he's always trying new stuff. So it's fun. It's fun to have Nick. But you know, Nick costs a lot of money, kids. You can't have him. Sorry, I'm keeping him for myself. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. I will switch pedals out occasionally from tour to tour, and but I do like to keep it simple. I do not have a big pedal board, if for no other reason, more things can go wrong.
Oh yeah.
And I don't like if shit starts to go wrong, and I'm, you know, and if I can't fix it, then that's not good, because I'm like, and I get frustrated. So I keep it simple, and just like the strings, you're never going to see me play a 7-string guitar, guys. I'm never going to do it. It took me 50 years to learn how to play 6 strings.
Yeah.
You know.